It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, as they look to move to the next level, winning on the road, always a key. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. We'll get to see Gordon Hayward suiting up in this one. Hayward, in addition to being a great shooter, also heavily involved in the competitive video game scene as well. Big fella, you gonna go pro in esports anytime soon?
Well, esports is definitely on the rise, Ernie, and Hayward is ahead of the curve, but I don't really see myself sitting there. I'm too old for that, Ernie.
Well, sitting and old kind of go together, but there's a competitive nature in which Hayward just likes to express it. This is another way he does it.
Time now for tip-off. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan with the call.
You're older than me, Kenny.
And I like to sit.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
I never want to waste your time. My mind, so precious. It's yours, it's mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. It's yours, it's mine.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. You look at Boston. Well, they find themselves energized from a strong set of performances at home, and now would love to do the same thing, guys, on the road.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
You know, that's what makes these games great. I mean, no love lost between these two squads. It's great competition with a little animus sprinkled in there.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, "I never thought about it until I hurt my back." Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, "I realized that I like that side of the game." And Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. And it should be a high-paced game tonight as both of these teams, Clark, thrive in the open floor. So with that being said, what makes these teams so good on the break?
Well, you're right, Kevin. They do thrive in the open court. Excellent transition teams because they push the ball and they really have a conscious effort to run the floor at every opportunity. That's what makes fast break teams hard to beat, is because they're running all the time. And that doesn't give your defense a lot of time to set up.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Kyrie Irving is out there with Smart. Then it's Hayward. Then there's Horford. And it's McGee in at the 5. Now here's Hayward. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
And so it begins, taking control right up front.
And you know, Greg, that's what you like to see, grabbing hold of the lead right now, right away.
And there had been a will he or won't he feeling with Gordon Hayward's free agency. Tough choice, I got to believe, for him to leave Utah, but you can see why he wanted to join forces here with the Celtics.
Shooting one.
And Boston was the heavy favorite to sign Gordon Hayward, and ultimately the opportunity was just too hard to pass up.
And he's reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens. This team has a great path to make a deep playoff run, and this just adds another star to a very balanced roster.
Hard not to respect the excellent decision-making. I mean, Ball enjoys exploiting the defense, especially in the pick and roll.
Irving with it, now guarded by Ball. Hayward outside. From 17 feet out, basket counts. Hayward's got his second bucket tonight.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
Here's Barnes. The shot misses, so the Celtics will take it the other way. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Horford gets the bucket.
And, guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Yeah, and you know it, Greg. Oftentimes you get that first one to drop and your confidence rises like yeast. It's good to get into a rhythm at the start of the game, no doubt.
And here is Ball. After the three-pointer from Al Horford. 5 to shoot. There's the pick. Here's Curry. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Horford. Celtics have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Smart kicks to Hayward. Lets the 3 fly. They get the rebound. McGee lays it up and banks it in. McGee's got his first points of the night.
An almost perfect start to this game. 4 for 5. They're rolling.
Screen by Bogut. Curry dishes to Barnes. He feeds it to Ball. Curry kicks to Ball. Here's Kuzma. Sinks the triple.
And when Ball has the ball, it's in good hands. He can run the offense, no doubt.
Irving with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against Orlando.
Yeah, passed the ball well that last time out. Pinpoint passes and racked up a bunch of assists.
Nice shot by Smart.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Here's Kuzma. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Horford with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pulls up on the wing, and Irving gets it to go on the assist by Hayward.
And when it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles the twine.
Ball, the pass to Curry. Dishes it to Barnes. Bogut with a screen on Hayward. Barnes can't get it to go.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Yep, they sure did. Seemed like they had them completely figured out, hammered them with their aggressive defense throughout the game.
Now here's Curry. We saw him with 10 points last game. Ball kicks to Barnes. Bogut with a screen on Hayward. Here's Barnes. McGee with the block. Now here's Smart, guarded by Kerr. And a wide open look for Irving. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Irving's got 5 points so far.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Now here is Irving. 5 points in the game.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
And here is Barnes. following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving.
Can't allow Barnes that kind of good position in the post because once he has it, it's dinner time.
Irving kicks to McGee. Smart wide open, he fires. And again, Boston with the triple.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Now here's Curry. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. From deep. Rebound Boston. McGee's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And you look back to that Big Three era in Boston, you know, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. You know, they've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league.
Now here's Barnes, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Barnes against Hayward. Shot clock reset for Los Angeles. Basket good. Barnes has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Barnes is strong and athletic, aggressive on the glass, not afraid to get in there and mix it up.
Now Horford. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Pick by Horford. Shot clock at 6. Smart kicks to Horford. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists tonight.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now, here's Ball. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And, you know, so often we hear about a player coming out as an elite athlete, but Lonzo Ball is an elite basketball brain. I mean, this guy sees everything on the court, a terrific passer, but more importantly, he's a guy that players like playing with. He really approaches the game like a 10-year vet.
Two shots.
That's good from Ball. And with Lonzo Ball, you've heard all the comparisons to Jason Kidd as how he plays and views things as if it's a chess match. Greg, pretty good company to be in.
I tell you, that just shows the lofty expectations Ball has been saddled with, and he's the ultimate team player and plays to win. There are questions about his game, but what I always say is the fact that the players he plays with tend to play their best basketball, which I think is a reflection of his game.
Now here's Tatum. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Orlando. Picked by Pachulia. Here's Morris. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Brown against Clarkson. Kicks to Nance. Back to Clarkson. Now here's Ball. Tight defense on him. And taken away by Brown. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And the rejection by Zubac. Clarkson against Brown. Clarkson dishes the ball. Zubac kicks the ball. Shot clock at 5. Caldwell Pope passes the ball. Lets it go from deep. Some solid defense from Brown. Celtics leading by 17. Outside Irving. Picked by Pachulia. Now here is Irving. D right on him. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Clark, we know how big a Ohio State fan, I'm sorry, the Ohio State University fan that you are. Who is on your list for best players in the NBA coming out of the Big Ten?
Partner, you know me well because I was going to go right at you to correct you on that. It is the Ohio State University, as you indicated. Well, right now, probably have to go with Mike Conley. He's been superb throughout his career, particularly the last 4 or 5 years in terms of outstanding Big Ten players. Draymond Green, how can you not mention him? Double-time NBA champion. And then Oladipo out of IU, another guy that might be worthy of consideration there.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Now here's Barea, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Over Irving. Zubac controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Irving dishes to Morris. Back to Irving. Pachulia sets a screen for Irving. And here's Morris for three. He can't hit that time. And it's the Lakers the other way.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Barea. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. They set the screen. Here's Clarkson. He's off on that one. Some solid defense from Brown. On its way from Irving for two. And again, it's Boston converting.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
How do you stop this? I mean, it seems like they can't miss.
And Nance kicks to Caldwell Pope. There's the pass to Barea. Throws it up high. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Barea against Irving. Now here's Tatum. D right on him. Back to Irving for the three. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal. Superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Barea, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Nance a screen for three. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Boston dictating the flow. Pass to Morris. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the first. 6 on the shot clock. The feed now to Irving. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Barea kicks to Nance. Pass to Zubac. Caldwell Pope outside. And the Lakers with another miss. Here's Tatum. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Good on the triple.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Boston, and he continues to torment them from three-point range. A total of 5 threes for him in the game now. We'll return shortly. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Lakers right now, Caldwell Pope out there with Larry Nance. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Ennis, and it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Lakers shooting 27%. The offense is just embarrassing themselves. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. Those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Ennis kicks to Nance. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Feeds to Caldwell Pope. Now here's Ennis. Not a lot of room. No good from 18.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Now here's Brown. Tyler Ennis unable to get his last shot to go.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the Lakers breathe a sigh of relief this summer, retaining their lottery pick that had a greater than 50-50 chance of falling to the 76ers.
And you know what, Kevin? That's a huge boost for the franchise, drafting Lonzo Ball. They kept their pick, but that means they will lose their 2018 pick. No upside to losing games this season. They're going all in.
Now here's Pachulia. His last outing, he had 8 points. Rozier kicks to Brown. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Here's Zubac. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Clarkson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. After this one, they take on the Clippers at the Staples Center. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Now, here's Tatum. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Tatum's shot is off.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Over to the left wing. Rozier, the pass to Pachulia. Shoots over Zubac. Will not go. This is off the front iron. From 12 feet out. And again, it's Kentavious Caldwell Pope.
And truth is, I like what the defense does there, but KCP with the high release, undeterred.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Rozier. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Caldwell Pope outside. And again, it's the Lakers.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
The Celtics making a switch here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Horford comes in for Marcus Morris. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Tatum. And Smart subbed in for Brown. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Smart misses.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Barnes against Hayward. Barnes can't get it to go. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Rozier kicks to Hayward. Pick by Horford. Jumper off the screen, and the bank shot is good. And that's now 7 points for Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, it's called 3D. Dejected, deflated on defense. That's what's going on right now, guys.
The dish now to Bogut. Nobody near Barnes. And he's good on the 3-ball. Barnes has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Boston shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. But they get it back. McGee's screen on Bogut. Picked by Horford. Hayward outside. He dishes it to Smart. The second chance effort. And he hits the jump shot. Smart's got 9.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Screen by Bogut. Outside Curry. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Here's Rozier. He kicks it to Smart. Nice ball movement by Boston. Horford. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. 9 points for Al Horford.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. Ball's checked in for Ennis. Boston also with the sub. Irving's checked in. And so it's Boston with it. McGee a screen. Irving double teamed. Score the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Now here's Ball. There's the pick. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Celtics.
And boy, they've been producing points both inside and out. That kind of symmetry offensively is a great sign, and it's correlated with their early success.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. Irving with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. And Hayward gets it to go.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Lakers have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. The pass to Kuzma, looking to end the run. No good on that one. And the Celtics going the other way now. Now here's Hayward. A 23-point game for him in the win against Orlando. He feeds it to Horford. Clock at 6. Right side Irving. Off the iron that time.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Ball. And again, no good by the Lakers. And it's the Celtics ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Smart dishes to Irving. Kicks to Hayward. McGee a screen. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Berea's checked in, and that one's good, Irving.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
while some are still speculating as to why Kyrie wanted out, the reality is, and it's this case with all great players, he feels like he's good enough to be the man on a team that can contend for a championship. And you might question how he went about it, but he's basically been a pro in his approach, and now he's got the chance.
Here is Hayward following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Horford sets a screen for Hayward. McGee a screen. Smart kicks to Hayward. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And there is going to be a lot of discussion over Irving's decision to want out for a long time. And what he does the next few years may end up defining his legacy. He is all in on himself, and it could pay off huge or fizzle out.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. In the post, Clark, you were as polished as they come. I watched it with my own eyes and loved the way you play. Just how important, when you go back to that time, is footwork for a big man in the NBA?
Well, I think it's everything, regardless of what size you are, big or small. Fundamentally sound footwork is essential to being a solid offensive basketball player. And as a guy who played inside and out, it was something I took pride in. And I wasn't the greatest athlete, a decent athlete, so my footwork allowed me to gain an advantage against bigger guys.
Now here's Barea. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And, you know, Barea is extremely fast. He explodes to the basket whenever he sees a lane available.
Irving against Barea. From downtown, and that's good. Kyrie Irving for 3. Irving's got 26.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Yeah, and Greg, you know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
And here's Barea following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Trying his luck deep. The Lakers rebound. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Barnes outside. There's a screen. Dishes at the ball. Another shot. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Yeah, skilled at getting shots up and over the defense in the paint. Lonzo Ball doing a nice job with that.
Back to Hayward. And here's Smart. 14 points from him the last game against Orlando. Now here's Ball. Defense right on him. The kick out to Barnes. And a miss there on the triple.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
And the Lakers with possession here after the basket by Boston. Pass the ball. Here's Kuzma. Here's the 3. Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
And, you know, he's yet to hit another 3 after nailing one in the first, but I don't think that's going to stop him from shooting.
Picked by Horford. Hayward passes to Horford. Here's Irving. And Irving throws it down.
Wow, Kyrie Irving. I know he's got mad handles and an unbelievable ability to make shots. That's surprising to see the little fella get up and throw it down.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
Oh, man, that is important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got offensive rebounds too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. This big mountain of a man is Shaquille O'Neal, and this hill of a man is Kenny the Jet Smith. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He ended up with 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Multiple times we saw the bench cheering him on in the first 2 quarters of this one. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, no one was able to check Kyrie. That was the difference. One of the league's best shot makers, largely because of his handles and body control. He can finish at the rim, drain jumpers off the dribble, and of course, his three-point shot now, absolutely deadly.
Shaq, your take on the Lakers.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, what a shot in the arm he gave them in that first half. The 3 ball just kept falling.
Yeah, and you know what, as far as I'm concerned, keep feeding him. Got to ride the hot hand.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor. We've got Hayward. JaVale McGee is out there with Horford. Then there's Smart, and it's Irving at the point. Now here's Barnes. And the layup's good off the glass. Barnes has got the first points of the second half here for the Lakers.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, just a real lack of aggressiveness there right now. I mean, can't give up these types of layups to begin the quarter, Greg. I mean, that's a no-no.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
Now Smart, following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep, shoots the 3, and there's Horford. That's good on the assist from Smart. Smart's got 4 assists now tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness. And Barnes is a high flyer, now a huge target to throw to when he's sizing up that alley-oop.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. Now here's Irving. 30 points in the game. Irving double team. Here's Horford, and the dunk by Horford.
Well, it's fun watching Irving share the ball. I mean, when he concentrates on running the offense, this team is really dangerous.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. The feed to Barnes. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
One of the things that every great player has to have is a tremendous work ethic, and Harrison Barnes has the reputation of being an outstanding worker. He wants to be special, and he's willing to put the time in to give it a chance to happen.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And Clark, another thing with Barnes, he's very clear-sighted on the areas he needs to improve on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I mean, at times he can be pretty hard on himself. That's part of how you get better. Irrational self-confidence, pretty common in this league. That's not HB, though. I mean, he's more cerebral, and his desire is what balances it all out for him.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Now here's Hayward. He's got 12.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, certainly a step up from the first half. They're more engaged, more focused here in this second half, and they're getting good results.
Here's Barnes following the bucket by the Celtics. It's good from long range. Ball's got 11. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular, and with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches. And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Kuzma passes to Bogut. The 3 from Barnes. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. McGee's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Picked by Horford. From 12 feet out. And that one comes up a bit short. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. They set the pick. Outside Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Barnes. Puts up a 3. Traps in the tray. He's got 16.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Left side, Irving. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Clark, when you think back to your career, what do you miss the most about playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, you know, for me, Kevin, because my career was cut short due to injury, I missed the opportunity to see how good I could have been on a winning team, on a playoff team. Back in the early 80s, the Pacers were building towards that, and I never got a chance to be part of a playoff team.
Take a break.
And the camaraderie you establish in going through the shared misery and joy of competing is something that's special and unique to sports, and you really don't find it in any other venue.
And the first one at the line is good. And Lakers head coach Luke Walton got his start as an NBA coach in Golden State as a top assistant. He said, looking back, he would have paid to coach under Steve Kerr with everything he's learned.
Wow, that's a high compliment from Walton. Kerr and Walton have very similar personalities, too. I mean, both are pretty even-keeled, low-key kind of guys. And when Kerr's back surgery sidelined him, Walton led the Warriors to the best start in NBA history. Pretty amazing.
Now, here's Clarkson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Caldwell Pope. Second chance shot. Misses at the rim.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
They set the pick. Pass to Irving. Feeds it to Tatum. McGee a screen. Tatum dishes to Irving. They grab their own miss. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 12 in the game.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Now, here's Zubac. Pachulia covering. For 3, Caldwell Pope. And he's good on the 3-ball. 9 points in the game so far.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Pachulia kicks to McGee. It's stolen by Nance. Inside, takes it from 10. And Boston with the rebound. Pachulia's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Rozier. He's covered by Clarkson. Picked by Pachulia. Irving from long range. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 35 in the game.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Clarkson kicks to Nance. Clarkson passes to Caldwell Pope. In it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
Yeah, and then knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
McGee a screen. Here's Irving.
And you look at this Celtics roster, a bevy of long, athletic wing players. They seem to be taking a cue from teams like the Warriors, who have found success with defensive switching and positionless basketball.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
He's perfect from the line this time.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
There's the pick. Nance dishes to Clarkson. Ennis with the ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Nance, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Irving. He's around 31 points per game, 5 assists and 2 rebounds. And you know, pretty terrific numbers across the board.
Yeah, so many books in his library, he lights up the scoreboard on a nightly basis.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one drops.
And the Celtics, as you see, are stockpiling wing forwards. Brown, Tatum, Hayward, and we're seeing those guys lining up at the 2, 3, and 4. It gives Brad Stevens tremendous roster versatility.
Brown is checked in for the Celtics. Both free throws good from Nance. And so it's Boston with it. Their last encounter was in Boston.
Yeah, and in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up, a lot of unforced turnovers.
And that did make things relatively easy for him. You know, it's nice to get a win and not have to work too hard for it.
Nance a screen. Clarkson against Brown. Tries from 16. They get it again. Clarkson kicks to Zubats, and the shot goes in. Zubats has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Now, here is Irving. He's guarded closely, and the basket is good. Irving's got 39.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Ennis passes to Clarkson. And it's blocked by Brown.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
Ennis dishes to Clarkson. Pachulia with the steal. Now here's Tatum. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Now Tatum. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Good on the shot.
And Tatum doesn't let the defense get to him. He's not distracted or bothered. He's got excellent form, stays with his mechanics. Doesn't matter who's defending him.
Now here's Clarkson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Caldwell Pope kicks to Zubac. 6 to shoot. Ennis with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. But they get it back. Here's Clarkson. Some solid defense there from Irving.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Tatum passes to Irving. The dish to Tatum. Picked by Pachulia. Here's Morris. It's hauled in by Zubac. LA's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Caldwell Pope tries again. And Boston with the rebound. Pachulia's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Now here's Brown. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
And how about the 46th pick back in the 14 draft? Jordan Clarkson has certainly exceeded expectations thus far in his career. An athletic combo guard, he's really succeeded playing at both the 1 and 2.
And Greg, Jordan Clarkson, he has an offensive game, doesn't he?
He's able to shoot with range, and he can attack off the bounce as well. I think that enables him to kind of play on or off the ball. And I think he has a chance to be a really good two-way player in our league.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
First free throw is good.
Well, you know, historically, the Lakers have been a glamour franchise and have been able to attract top-tier free agents. The temptation exists to skip any rebuilding and instead look to reload with new stars. We'll see if that pays dividends going forward.
J.J. Barea has checked in for the Lakers. And Coach Walton has said when you build from within, you control your own destiny. What do you think, Clark? Should they build slowly but surely or look to land the big free agent?
Well, I think you do a combination of the two, but slow and steady usually wins the race. I know in this day and age we want everything microwave, but one of the questions for the Lakers is how many of these young guys have real star potential? Who are those guys you can build around? And if you don't see it, the temptation grows stronger to go out and try to find that ready-made star.
Here's Barea. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Caldwell Pope dishes to Nance. Back to Caldwell Pope. The 10-footer off the left rim and out.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And it's Brown missing.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball. And even though the quarter has been a struggle, it doesn't look like he's lost his confidence. He keeps looking for a shot.
Now here's Irving. He's got 39. And the rejection by Zubac. Irving against Barea. Looking for Nance, and he gets it there. And Larry Nance, Clark, one of the few young Lakers who's a positive at the defensive end of the floor.
Exactly, Kevin. Very impressive at that end. He's solid, understands positioning and guarding his guy and helping out his teammates. Long and athletic and eager to get after it defensively.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he makes the first. And Larry Nance Jr. is still a 3-time NBA All-Star, Larry Nance, and both of them known for their big-time dunking ability.
Well, you know what I like to say, Kevin? You can't run away from the DNA. His father was the NBA's first dunk contest champion, and Jr. has some highlight reel dunks of his own, especially that one everybody perhaps saw over Brook Lopez. What a punch.
You're right. Smart kicks to Morris. Here's Smart. 9 points in the game so far. Picked by Horford. Nice shot by Smart. Smart's got 11 points.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Yeah, that was actually no defense at all there, Greg. I mean, layups don't come any easier than that. I mean, they're piling it on now.
A nice shot by Barea.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Brown with a screen on Barea. The screen from Brown. Here's Hayward. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. And so it's Boston with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We come back right after this. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Celtics shooting impressively throughout at 62%. We've got Josh McRoberts. Hart is out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Kuzma in at the four-man position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. And it's Brown missing.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
It's blocked.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Now here's Brown. And the shot is long. Now here's Barnes, guarded closely. Got a hand on it. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Here's Ojale, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Ojale's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Celtics. Now here's Barea. Barnes passes to McRoberts. Barnes left side. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him.
And, you know, Barnes does a nice job sizing up the defense close to the basket. I mean, when he's near the rim, takes his time, knows how to get his shot up and down.
Now here's Brown. They set the pick. Clark, when we talk about the importance of what a player can do, how important is it for a player to know what they cannot do?
Very important. Understanding who you are and what your skill set is and how that fits with your team, critically important. Not only knowing it, but then embracing your role within your particular limitations, skill set, and teamwork.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Now here's Barea. D right on him. There's a good screen. Here's the teardrop. McRoberts. That three off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Passes to Ojale. Fires for three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, that's two bombs in a row from long range.
For Los Angeles, they've gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Down low, off the screen, and there's the nice layup by Barnes. Barnes has got 13 points here in the second half alone. Here's Rozier, guarded by Barea. to the wing on the left. This one for three. The shot by Ojale, no good. Lakers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
You know, Barnes is a versatile scoring forward who we've seen him heat up quickly, and he's capable of doing that.
There's the pass to Ojale. It's Brown on the wing, covered by Barnes. The shot, no good.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Here's Kuzma. Drains it from beyond the arc.
No explanation for giving up these wide open looks. Total breakdown. Unacceptable defense.
Here's Rozier. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Barea dishes to Barnes. He kicks it to McRoberts. Back to Barnes. Here's the screen. Sinks that one from the post. Barnes has got 24 points.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
The screen from Brown. Here's Rozier. The kick out to Brown. Just 5 on the clock. Over Barnes. And it's Brown missing.
Not surprising he missed that one, though, Kevin. I mean, the defense was very aggressive on him there.
Kicks it to Barea. Pass to Hart. Off the pick. The shot, no good. And the Celtics going the other way now.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Barea kicks to Barnes. And Clark, we know that players are evaluated in a historical perspective, largely by how many rings they have. Do you think that's a fair way to evaluate things?
I don't think you can solely evaluate an individual player in a team sport by the number of rings he's been able to win. Clearly, it can be part of the criteria, especially if you're talking about great players who have had similar careers. It can be a differentiator. But to me, it doesn't necessarily carry the weight that some people like to give it in evaluating players. Individual performance over time is what, to me, marks the hallmark of a player worthy of Hall of Fame consideration or being talked about being one of the greats in the game.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
That's good.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
And the Celtics leadership, very pragmatic. IT and Crowder both beloved in Boston, but they didn't hesitate to move them to get better and younger at the same time.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Tyler Ennis comes in for Harrison Barnes. And the free throw, no good.
And thinking about the Celtics' choice to get younger, perhaps a strategic move in response to the super team in Golden State, they want to construct their team to peak in a few years when the Warriors start to show a little chink in the armor moving forward.
Here is Barea following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Pass to Hart. There's the screen.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
And we just had one of the closer MVP races in recent memory. Clark, do you define the MVP as a player with the most impressive stats, or the best player on the best team, or somewhere in between?
Kevin, to me, the MVP is an individual award. Clearly, we play a team game in the NBA, and a team's performance is part of that, but it's a small part of it to me. An MVP performance is one that not only has consistent high-level statistical production, influences winning at a good rate, but also stands out in the magnitude of the moments this player has over the course of the season. Those two things drive the needle for me as an MVP voter if I had such a vote.
Good on both. Boston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Rozier. Morris outside. And here's Pachulia. Shoots over Zubac. Pachulia, no luck. Barea with it. They set the pick. He dishes it to McRoberts. He feeds it to Ennis. Passes it to Hart. It's blocked, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Marcus Smart's checked in for the Celtics. The Celtics have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Picked by Pachulia. Here's Rozier. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Rozier's got 9 points now in just the second half. Ennis passes to Zubac. Back to Ennis. Barnes outside. Dishes it to Ennis. Shoots a three. Hits it from three-point range.
Kevin, I like when Barnes is focused on moving the ball. I mean, it makes his team better. I love his willingness to get that ball moving.
Smart kicks to Rozier. Clark, we've seen a few active players have their own podcast that they produce throughout the season. I think that's a good idea or a bad idea for them?
Again, I'm ambivalent to that because the landscape is so different now with the social media platforms, and I like the fact that players have a chance to control their narrative, their story, through the different social media platforms, the Players Tribune, podcast. Now, you have to balance that with your responsibilities and obligations to your team, your teammates, and your franchise. And so that's where it becomes a challenge, managing your time effectively and using it wisely. But clearly, players should have the opportunity to be fully engaged people beyond just playing the game.
And he is starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Hart the pass to McRoberts. And there's the feed to Ennis. Now here's Zubac. Pachulia covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ennis. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Ennis has got 5 points in the quarter. Boston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Brown kicks to Rozier. Here's Pachulia, and count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Pachulia. And last season, one of the first where a coach was not let go during the regular season. A rarity, Clark, in the NBA. Do you think coaches get too much of the blame at times?
I would agree with that, Kevin. It's a great responsibility and challenge to coach in the NBA, but more times than not, they do sometimes get an unfair share of the blame for what happens on the court.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Barnes.
And, you know, Harrison Barnes is an effective two-way player, becoming better every day on offense and can defend multiple positions as well.
Barnes hits them both. 1:25 left here in the fourth quarter.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Celtics.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Yeah, you know, I thought the result might be a little different this time around, but clearly I was mistaken. And now they'll have to wait till next year for a shot at revenge.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kyrie Irving.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
So it's the Celtics now, after the basket by Los Angeles. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot from 12. Here's McRoberts. Some solid defense from Brown.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
You know, I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. You know, just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.